So what is the cost of living in Belgium? You're probably just so curious, or you are planning to move to Belgium. So in this video, I'm going to break down the costs of living, from rent to bills to groceries. Of course, it depends on the person, on your personal habits, on your eating habits. It also depends on the family size and the place that you're willing to move to. But this will be like a guideline of what you can probably expect based on a family of 3, that is 2 adults and a child, who live in Brussels. So you can plus or minus based on your own family size, whether you be living alone, you be living with your big family, or you are a vegetarian, you're a pescatarian, you're eat meter, or you don't eat so much, you don't spend so much, or you spend so little. So this is generally just a guideline based on my own personal expenses per month. Okay, so let's get into it. Okay, let's start with rent and then we go to bills. So rent is often the biggest expense, I think, usually when you do your monthly expenses. That depends, of course, on person to person. But the rent depends on where you are living. So if you're living in Brussels, I think within Belgium, Brussels has pricey apartments. And then if you are also living in Antwerp, it gets better. If you're living in Hasselt, it gets better. In the Wallonia region also, the prices are better. So in Brussels, the apartments for a 1-bedroom range from about 750 euro going all the way up. And this depends on where exactly in Brussels you're living. If you're going to be living in the central, in the ring, of course this is a bit more pricier. But if you live outside the ring, then it gets better. It also depends on the neighborhood that you are living. For example, neighborhoods like Schaerbeek are sometimes better priced compared to other neighborhoods like Woluwe, St. Lambert, or Etterbeek. But also within Schaerbeek, there are also other places which are quite pricey. So it really depends, but the range is mainly from 750, of which if you're going to move to other regions, other cities like Hasselt, for example, for a 1-bedroom, it can range from maybe 600, or if you're lucky, even 550 if you're going to be living outside the city center. So yes, it really depends on the place. And then the next thing, I'll talk about the bills. So the bills, there is water, there is electricity, there is heating, there is gas, there is the phone bill, the internet, and the TV as well. So I'll try and group this based on how I pay them. So electricity stands on its own for us. We pay our own electricity, and this depends with you. If you are going to be paying more, you eventually get it back based on how much you spent. They calculate it. But if you're going to be paying a less amount, then you will likely pay a little more. So for example, for us, a family of 3, we pay 100 euro for electricity every month. So usually it's between 100 euro and 200, or 100 and more. And then this time we didn't get back anything. The first time when we just moved in, we got back a certain amount because we hadn't bought a lot of electrical gadgets, but now we bought a little more since we've been here for almost 3 years. So that also depends on your electricity usage. The more electricity you use, the more it's likely to be expensive. And then for gas, this is based on research because I don't use it here, but I saw that it's between 60 to 80 euros. And for heating, our heating is paid together with our rental, so that is also better priced. But for some people, they say heating is also on the pricey side, which is between 60 euros to 150 euros or even more. Since our heating is together with the rent, that can also depend, but based on research, heating, electricity and gas can range between 200 and 300, putting all the 3 together as just utilities. Okay, so let's move to the internet. The internet, we pay between 96 euro every month to like 105. It depends if you've taken external calls, of which we really do not take those. So we use Orange, and it's 96 euro. That is my phone, my partner's phone, and Wi-Fi as well as TV. So it is just below, or let's just say 100 euros If you also use Proximus and the other service providers, it may also be different. But yes, that's €100. And then let's move on to the next one, which is childcare. So if you have a child and you want a babysitter, the hourly rate also varies, usually from €12 if you're lucky per hour, or €13 per hour. And daycare for school is all you pay for most schools that are public schools. You pay for daycare as well as meals. The meals per month for our child, we pay for between €50 to €60 per month. They get meals every day except for Wednesday. And for aftercare, it usually amounts to between €20 to €50 depending on how much time we leave him. But otherwise per hour it's like 80 cents. I think it's not much, and we do not pay fees. So this also depends on the schools, but mainly public schools, I know they do not pay fees. Okay, let's move on to the next one. The next segment I'll talk about is transport and health. Please note this is based on my research as well as my own personal experience. So for transport in Brussels, public transport per month, you need one card for the metro, for the tram, for the bus. And per month, this is €51. Let's just say between 50 and €60. And if you want to buy it on a yearly basis, it goes all the way to €500 if you are not discounted. Otherwise, you can get a discount through your insurance, through your work, or through other means. Otherwise, if you do not have a discount, you're not liable to a discount. It goes all the way to 500 for the whole year, and you can use this within Brussels. And then for train, it depends on the journey. For example, going to cities like Leuven to go and to come back is like €14. If you're going all the way to Bruges, it's like €20. If you're for just going, sometimes if you're going all the way to Ostende. So it really depends on the distance, but the train is, I think, the priciest than public transport. And then for a day trip, it's like €2.50 for, the buses and the trams, because the train is also public transport. So the daily is like €2.50 if you're going to use your Visa card. You can use your Visa card in the bus if you do not have your bus card. So that's about it. And you can also use bicycles. There is Velo. There is different companies that have different bikes, electric bikes also. So you can just scan it there and pay with your phone, or you can be subscribed every month, like €3.50 for Velo. And then the first 30 minutes are like free, and then you'll be paying like 50 cents for every other hour, for every other 30 minutes an hour. And you can also use the scooters as well. And then let's go to the cars. Gas is like €1.76 based on research, and taxi is like €21 per 8 kilometers during work hours, but this also depends. And if you're going to be using Uber as well, the general standard flat rates apply. Let's move on to health. For health, it depends with the mutuality or the service provider for your health insurance. For CM, I pay on a quarterly basis, and I pay like €28, but it has since gone a little bit up. It's almost like €30 now per quarter. And if you're affiliated with Patena, you pay in total for the whole year. Actually, it's like €175. I hope I'm having that right, because my partner is the one that uses Patena. We are on different health insurance, but he also pays together with our kid, so it makes sense. The prices are almost the same. Okay, let's move on to the next one, which is groceries, and I think that is the last one. And then I'll also talk about entertainment, wine, dining out, based on our own experience. One cocktail drink can range from €7 to €15, and a beer can range also from like €2.50 to €5, depending on whether you're buying it in a supermarket or in a bar. And what else can I talk about? Cappuccino It depends where you're buying it. It can also range from €2 to €3.60. Croissants the same. It depends with which bakery you're buying, or if you're buying from the bakery section in a supermarket. But also they range all the way from €1.50, sometimes even €1, all the way to €3. So yeah. Then let me move on to the groceries. For groceries, the basic grocery per month for a family of 3 is between €300 to €500. And this highly depends on the shops that you buy in. Generally here in Brussels, I have noticed that the more affordable shop is Aldi, then Colruyt, then Deleuze. And for the vegetables, it's more affordable if you buy them at a market. As well as for the meat, if you buy in a butchery, it's more affordable than if you have to buy it from a supermarket. Carrefour is also quite affordable, but it's not as affordable as Aldi. So €300-500 per month is okay, I think more than enough for a family of 2 adults and 1 child. Because basic things like milk, like a liter of milk costs between 85 cents in Aldi to like €1 something in Deleuze. And eggs cost between €2.50 to like €5. And bread goes all the way from 89 cents to €5, depending, of course, on your liking. Okay, so let's start with a basic dinner for 2. Depending on whether you're going to a restaurant, if it's the general fast foods, I think the prices are the same generally worldwide. Burger King, burgers can go all the way from €4. If there's a deal, you can get it from €3. But if we're going to a restaurant, a dinner for 2, we are looking at probably from €30, you can get something decent, all the way up, or from €45. If you're looking at a bottle of wine, you can get one from €4. If it's discounted, you can even get it for like €3.85, all the way up. A decent bottle from €8. A nice wine, you can get a nice wine from €8. And movie tickets for 2 people, €24. If you are discounted, you can get it for €12, where you get one person to watch for free, usually on Tuesdays. This is about it. I hope I have tried to give a general overview of the cost of living in Belgium for 2025. This is mainly based on a perspective of a student. Of course, I look for all the discounts and I try to get it as affordable as I can, because I'm a woman and I like to get things on a sale. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please do like, share, and subscribe if you found this useful. Enjoy your day.